and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a video on my 2015 Best of Beauty. A lot of companies with the new year are now coming out with their list of their favorite products, either voted by people in their community or voted by the company themselves on what they think are going to be the best of 2015 to try if you have not already in 2016. So what I did was I went through the different lists that I just randomly Googled and pulled a few items. Some are the items that I've never tried or bought before, and some are items that I already have and I agree should be called Best of 2015. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so I was going to start this list off by talking about some of the brushes and tools that I use to apply my makeup, but I am planning on doing a favorite brushes video in a couple weeks, so I'm going to skip those for now and I'll talk about those in another video. However, there are two items that I do use to apply my makeup that I did want to include in this video, and that is the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge and the Original Beauty Blender. How these products work are they are sponges. They are from different companies and they are different textures as well as shapes. So it is a personal preference on what you like. I personally feel that they usually both do the same job. This one is $20, this one is $10, so it's really up to you what you want to use it for. What I typically use them for is for my foundation and concealer. So I will run them under the faucet and get them really wet, and then I'll squeeze out the excess water so that they will expand. They'll probably both get about double the size that they are right now, and that'll just help pick up more product and provide like an even layer and give a really flawless application. So the Original Beauty Blender is like a teardrop shape. Like I said, this will expand about twice its size when it is wet, and it really just kind of helps get the under eye area with the point. And then what I use the larger side for is just to get the makeup everywhere else. Similar to that with the Real Techniques, you can see it is kind of like a teardrop, but it also has a flat edge right here. So I use that part to get my foundation on, and then I use this pointed part, similar to the Beauty Blender, to get up and underneath my eyes. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about my favorite primers. And if you're not familiar with what a primer is, it's the product that you would want to put on after you moisturize your face, but before you put on your makeup. And what a primer does is it really helps even out your skin, minimize pores, and really help the longevity of your makeup throughout the day. For me personally, I really like a matte look because I do have oily combination skin. I do tend to already get dewy looking by the middle of the day, so I want to start it off by looking pretty matte. So the two that I chose are the Benefit Professional and the Nivea's Post Shave Balm. So the Benefit Professional is a thicker consistency. This is really good for minimizing my pores, and like I said, with me wanting to look matte, this is a really good product where I found that some other primers didn't seem to keep me matte as long as I wanted. And the Nivea's Post Shave Balm is men's. I know it's weird and you do kind of smell like a man when you use it, but it really is a great primer. The reason that it is used as a primer is because the #2 most active ingredient is glycerin, and what glycerin really does is it helps your skin just get like tacky. So when you are applying it, it actually feels sticky, which I know is weird, and I know it sounds like it's something that you would not want on your face, but it helps your makeup stick. And I use the sensitive kind rather than the original because I do have sensitive skin. So if that's something that you're worried about, you can always try it. But like I said, it absorbs really quickly, it does hydrate your skin, and it really does help as a primer. Okay, so once you have your primer on, you are ready to apply your foundation. And when I was looking through the different foundations that I have tried or used in 2015, I couldn't pick just one. I actually chose 3. And I chose the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, the L'Oreal True Match, and the Too Faced Born This Way. So all 3 of these products are really good foundations. I think foundation is actually the most important part of a makeup routine because it's the base for everything else that you're going to put on top of it. Okay, so the next line of products that I'm going to talk about are my top concealers. And for concealers, what I personally look for is a product that can cover the dark circles underneath my eye, but not crease throughout the day or settle in any fine lines underneath my eye. And when I was trying to find my top concealer for last year, I couldn't pick just one. I actually chose 3. So the first one I want to talk about is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Pen, and I use the color Neutralizer. And I feel like this product really does do a good job at covering those circles but not creasing. And this is the concealer that I do use every single day. The next product is the NYX HD Stick. And this is another product that I'd like to use on more of an everyday occasion because it is a lighter coverage, but it still does the job of covering under dark circles that I may have and not creasing. A lot of girls compare this to the NARS concealer, but I personally have never tried that before, so I can't give my opinion. But if you are looking for a cheaper version or a dupe, I would try the NYX stick. So the last concealer that I want to talk about is the Bye Bye Under Eye by IT Cosmetics. And this is the concealer that I would use if I was going to a more fancy event where I wanted a full coverage look. And I really like this stuff. The reason that I don't use it every day is because, like I said, it is a thicker consistency, and I just like a more natural look when I'm going to work or doing things on the weekend. But if you do like that full coverage look and you're really looking for something to use on a daily basis, I would highly recommend trying this. Okay, so once I have my concealer on underneath my eyes and blended out, I want to go ahead and set it with a setting powder. And what that powder is going to do is make sure that your concealer doesn't have time to crease or settle in any of the fine lines that you may have underneath your eye. For the setting powders, I do have two. And the first one is the Anastasia who am I, Jamaican? Banana powder. And the Anastasia powder is really smooth, it's really silky, and the banana color is going to really help cancel out those blues and purples. And the other powder that I use is the Sonia Kashuk brightening powder. Now, I recently just bought this because I was going to purchase another Laura Mercier Secret Under Eye brightening powder, but I heard that this was a really good dupe, and I agree. So for a quarter of the price, again, I'm going to purchase this over the Laura Mercier, and this works just as good. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to go ahead and talk about my favorite setting powders. And what a setting powder is going to do for you is help make sure that your foundation does not move, smudge, or rub off throughout the day. And it's also going to help, depending on the brand or kind that you get, keep control of any oil that your skin is producing. So one of my favorite setting powders is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Powder, and I use the color Medium Plus. And this product does have a little bit of a tint to it, so it gives me a little bit of extra coverage, but I think it fairly overall does a really good job at controlling my oil. It really keeps my foundation in place, and I just think it's a really good product. If you don't want to spend the money, or if you're not a fan of the MAC line, a really good dupe that I found that is very similar to that is the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder, and this is in the color Sandstorm. So again, it's got a little bit of a tint to it, but essentially it's the same product. It's just a very sheer powder. It's really silky, it goes on smooth, and it gives you that little extra coverage while controlling the oil at the same time. Now, if you want to go a little further and you want to get a translucent powder, meaning that it is white and does not have a tint to it, my favorite translucent powder is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Finishing Powder. Similar to the other two, it helps set my face and keep everything in place. However, this one is just a little bit lighter, and it doesn't give you that extra tint of color, so it just goes on smooth and it really blends in with your foundation. Okay, so next up is my top favorite bronzers, and if you watched my Cyber Monday haul, you know that when I purchase bronzers, I really try to look for matte, and the reason for that is because I don't like a lot of shimmer on my cheeks, and so unfortunately a lot of bronzers these days do come with like shimmer or sparkle in them, so matte bronzers are hard to come by, but I think I finally found a couple that I really like. So first is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Give Me Sun. I've actually never tried this product out before, but I heard it so many times last year, and I heard girls rant and rave on how good it was, and it was good on all skin colors and skin types. So I bought it, and I have not tried it yet, but I'm really looking forward to using this. Something similar to that is the Mosaic NYX Color Wheel. So as you can see, it does come in a mosaic pattern. So there's different colors, different sheens, and I think it works well on all different skin tones that I am. So if I am a little bit lighter or if I'm a little bit tanner, I can still use this and it looks good any shade that I am. Next are my favorite blushes, and I only have two, although I do use many other blushes and like other blushes. These are just the two that I mainly go to. And they're both by Milani, so it's by the same company. And the first one is Luminoso. Luminoso is the ultimate baby pink blush that I can literally wear any time of the year and still like the way it looks. It just has a very ever so lightly sparkle, so I don't mind that. And then this one by Milani is called Romantic Rose, and this is a matte blush. Again, it's a very warm nude pinky type color. But I just think that both are really pretty. I can really wear them with any look and it's gonna look okay. So those are the ones that I normally reach to and go to. Okay, so next I'm gonna talk about my favorite beauty product that I learned about in 2015, and that is highlighter. A highlighter is going to be used on your face to bring out certain facial features by placing it on the highest points of your face. I also use these products on the inner corner of my eye, which can help open up and make your eyes a little bit brighter. So there's multiple purposes that you can use for these. It's just however you want to use them. So my first product is the Wet n Wild Fergie collection, and this is in Rose Champagne Glow. So I've tried to bring this up close to the camera a couple times and it won't focus, but this is the product, and it has little flecks of gold, champagne, and pink. So this is really, really pretty when I'm tan. And the other highlighter that I fell in love with is the Balm Mary Luminizer. Now this one doesn't have pink to it. It's more of a silvery, I would say silvery champagne color. I mean, that's really what any highlighter is going to be. They all look alike, but until you actually put it on your skin and see what it looks like on your skin, you're really not gonna know which one is gonna be best for you. Okay, so now that we pretty much covered everything that I use to put on my face and what are my favorites, I'm gonna kind of move on to my eyes. I always heard about this brand called Morphe. They sell brushes, they sell eyeshadows, they have collaborations on their site with other lines as well, but they also carry their own. So here's the shadows, and it's only these right here. These are other things. But these are just a couple of the shadows that I purchased, and they're only $2.29 for one pan. So aside from Morphe, there is one other makeup brand that I tend to gravitate towards for eyeshadows, or really any makeup product for that matter, and that is NYX or NYX. I'm not sure which one it is, but NYX carries pretty much any product that any other makeup line would carry, and one of my favorite products is their eyeshadows. Their eyeshadows are super, super affordable, and they last all day. They apply really well. This one in particular is called Girl Talk, and it is part of their Prismatic Shadow line. So just a minute ago, speaking about highlighters, this is actually a really good eyeshadow to use for a highlighter. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and talk about my favorite mascaras. And unfortunately, this is one of the products that I don't have a favorite to. Do I have a favorite? No, but do I have a favorite line? Yes. And like I said, it's Rimmel and Maybelline. There is one product that I bought last year that I always heard about but never see in the stores because it's not sold in stores, at least that I'm aware of. And that is the Unique 3D Fiber Lashes. And how it works is you get two tubes. So one tube has the gel in it and the other tube has the fibers in it. So long story short, to use this product, you have to do one coat of the gel, one coat of the fibers, and then one last coat of the gel. And I'm telling you, my lashes look substantially different. They are thicker, they're longer, and they just look like crazy large. Okay, so I feel like I've covered pretty much the majority of the products that I wanted to talk about. There may be a couple missing that I listed in my blog, which you can get the link below if you want to check that list out. But I have just a couple more to go and then we will be done. I wanted to definitely talk about another product that I started using last year that has grown on me, and that is makeup setting sprays. So I've only tried a couple. Again, there's just a couple that I randomly started to use and have never switched since. And so I guess I'll start with the first one, and that is the Urban Decay De-Slick Makeup Setting Spray. So this one in particular is an oil control. And it really helps my skin and my makeup stay matte throughout the day. You would think that with all the matte products that I've listed so far, it would be no problem, but makeup sweats, my skin produces oil, it fades away, so anything that I can do to keep it staying where it is and looking like it is in the morning, I want to use. Urban Decay's setting spray, they have 3 different kinds. They have a chill, an all-nighter, and the de-slick, so depending on your skin type, they will have one for you. If you decide that you don't want to spend the money on Urban Decay because they are a little bit more pricey, a really good dupe is the NYX Matte Finishing Spray. Again, NYX does have a couple different kinds of this, so if you do want a more dewy look or you want a matte look, or whatever look you want. They do have a couple different versions. But this stuff is very similar to Urban Decay. I can't say that it's exactly the same. I do like the Urban Decay better. But if you, like I said, just aren't a fan of that product, you can try this one and it'll probably do a very similar job. Okay, so my last beauty product that I'm going to talk about is my lipsticks and lip glosses. I'll make it quick because this video is probably going to be a lot longer than I expected it to, but I wanted to at least explain why some of these products are my favorite. And if you haven't already noticed, I did put them in order that I put them on. So, lip glosses, I can't even give an introduction for this. It's the NYX Butter Glosses. If you haven't tried these or you don't own one, go buy one. I'm telling you, you'll be hooked right away. For lipstick, my favorite that I usually wear is the Revlon Primrose. So this is, again, a very nude pink color. Actually, let me quickly explain. The reason that I got this color in the first place was because I fell in love with MAC Angel, and MAC Angel is a really pretty nude pink. If I am in need of a lip gloss, I will do the NYX Butter Gloss, and if I'm in need of a lipstick, I'll pretty much go to any brand. It's just the color that I'm going to be looking for. But like I said, I normally go with a nude pink. All right, guys, that is it. I am done. That is my Best of Beauty 2015 list. I do have other products that I've mentioned before that are not in this video, and you can find that list on my blog that I will link below if you want to check that out. If you have products that you feel are missing from this list or you feel like I would really like using, definitely comment them below, and I would love to check them out or try them. So other than that, thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a good night.
Sometimes a certain smell will take me back to when I was young.
So this is, Jesus, get it together. Whew, these lights are really warm. I am like really hot right now. Get it together, Sarah. It's gonna be okay. Oh, I love you so much. I love you so much. Whew, almost dropped that entire thing. Stop. So much makeup. And I have to put it all away.